And let me get muted over here. All right, do a sound check, somebody.
Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3.
Mike, sound check us in from Texas.
Sound check. Check. 1 2 3. Check.
Gotcha. Hey, folks, we're live here this morning with the DJI Pocket 3. As you can see on the screen there, the Pocket 3 is already on DJI's website. Bill, have you able to check the price yet?
Yes, $519 for the Osmo Pocket 3, $669 for the Creator Combo.
So the leaked prices from Igor were pretty close.
Yeah, they were pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get to the details here in a second because we probably know most of them. But both of you guys, I got Bill the drone review from sunny South Florida here, and Mike Gray from sunny Dallas Fort Worth, Texas area. Mike, is it sunny there today?
No, it's rained all day this week, which is great.
Okay, yeah. Well, they want cold and rainy weather in Texas.
We need the rain this week.
Yeah. So anyhow, guys, what are your reactions to the final prices here for the Pocket 3? And just let me, folks, for anybody who doesn't know, the Pocket 2 was $349. So are we seeing a bit of a sticker shock here, Bill?
Yeah, we are. But I think we need to kind of temper this with everything that we're getting in these packages. It's been what? How long has it been since 2 was released?
It'll be 3 years come like November 1st.
So 3 years. So, I don't want to say it's justified, but I think in a way it is kind of justified because the technology has gotten so incredibly better in that time frame. And also, too, especially with the Creator Combo that I was talking about last night on the show, that's really jumped up as well, too, with what you're getting with that. I mean, you're getting an incredible package. And like for me, I am going to get it. And one of the things I'm looking forward to doing is to using this in my workflow, not only for Bill the Drone Reviewer, but on my Ham Radio Basics channel, because I'm going to be going to a couple of events and going out and talking to people. This is going to be absolutely perfect for that. I really think you're getting a lot of value for the dollar with this.
Mike, what are your
I am sticker shock, but I kind of expected it. I mean, with the new mic in particular, I mean that's another added item there. So it's well overdue though. After 3 years.
So. Folks, I'm going to go down the prices a little bit here. You can see them on the screen here. The Pocket 3 battery handle is $69. So if you did not buy the combo, you might need that handle. A handle can increase operating time when connected to the Pocket 3 and also supports connection to external audio devices. So the black mist filter is $49. The carrying bag is $35. The wide angle lens is $49. And the Pocket 3 expansion adapter. And the expansion adapter can expand to fit a cold shoe and action camera port. So and that's $19. So a lot of people are wondering what these extra handles are for. So that kind of answers that, I guess.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what that was a big question for me, was what these accessory prices were gonna be, because and just doing some quick mental math right here, it's way over that $669.
Right. I mean, but a lot of people, like for instance, Bill, a lot of people never like the bags DJI come out with. So like, if you don't want the bag, you can save $35. I mean, I'm looking at, really, say you don't want all the filters and stuff like that. You just want the Pocket, and you want the extra battery handle or whatever. So that's $519 plus $69. So you could come in under $600 with what I call a, kind of a, what would you call it, a bare bones kit?
Yes. Yeah, you could do that.
Right, but the combo
quite frankly, Bill, a lot of people are never going to use the black mist filter or some of that crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. That black mist filter, I was looking at that last night, and I'm trying to think of a scenario where I'm going to use that. I think if you're a real professional photographer, you might, but for content for YouTube and for things like that, I don't really see that happening. I mean, it just I don't see that. I don't see that happening in setting for us. If we're using it to film B-roll or other things, or going out, like I said, going out to an event and talking to people, I don't see it, needing things like that. I mean, maybe if you're going out and filming nature, like sunsets or waterfalls or something like that, then yeah, but no, I don't see us.
Yeah, like if Hollywood calls you and they want you to make a new movie, you may need it, but like you said, not going to need much on a ham radio channel.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Yeah, for me, most of the time I'm going to be using it to talk to people or to maybe do some B-roll. But that's not going to matter for me, not at all.
Just looking at some of these pictures here, to me, I guess for me the two flagship upgrades here are, to me, number one, even over the one it's censored, is that screen size, because on the Pocket 1 or 2. It was hard for me to use it as a touchscreen and change the functions because my fingers, fat finger in that little bitty screen. And plus, number two, it was bad to even frame your shots up with.
Yeah. So,
Mike, what did you think of that little screen on the?
It's amazing. I think it's an amazing little machine. I would love to have it, but I just can't justify the cost at this time.
And guys, what I've seen so far is there's no reference to plugging your phone into this like the Pocket 1 or 2. Do you think that bigger screen that they have just eliminated the need or even the ability to plug your phone?
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point, Ron. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I don't see you needing that now with the size of that screen on there, because that screen is incredible.
And once you actually plugged your phone into it, you didn't really have a pocket camera anymore.
No, you really don't. And that's the whole, that's the whole idea. And that's the appeal for a lot of people like myself is having that screen on there and having all your functions on there. Because when I first got the Osmo Action, I paired it up with a Mimo app, and it's a real pain. It's a real pain in the rear to try to navigate doing both. And taking care of that, and I found that real cumbersome, so I stopped using that app right away because it was driving me nuts, and I forced myself to learn the menu system on the Osmo Action, and I think that's the same thing here. I think if you learn to go ahead and use that menu system on the Pocket 3, you'll be fine. You won't need any. You won't need anything. Yeah. Plus, that screen is big enough now that it'll be easy, and even with my fat fingers, be able to navigate through that.
Yeah, and getting the phone, like you said, wasn't quick. So if you had to get a shot fast, by the time you got your phone connected to it, the shot was gone.
Yeah. By the time you're on here and you're fumbling around, finding your settings and doing everything, you've missed a sunset, you've missed a sunrise, you missed maybe, a plane going by or something like that.
You missed the Texas Rangers hitting a home run or
missing the Texas. Well, the way as often as that happens, you won't have to wait too long. Okay.
Yeah, they'll hit another.
And do you guys see this screenshot on here? I had the 519 Pocket clicked, and I believe Bill. This is me saying I believe this is what you get for $519. The Pocket.
You have up this, Ron. You got up the splash page right now.
Hold on here. Yeah, I wonder why it's not. Okay, let me see if I can move it here somehow. Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how to move it to where I want it to go, unfortunately. Hold on. I'm gonna keep talking. It always takes me a couple minutes to do this stuff, so I don't want dead time here. Keep talking about something about the Pocket, and I'll get it switched.
No, I'm still happy with the Action 2. I mean, to me, it's almost a pocket camera, even though it doesn't have the gimbal.
That's a good point. Good point, Mike.
It's about the same size,
Yeah, it's going to take me 5 minutes to get the screen up I want, because I never get the hang of this. Share screen.
Yeah, they're asking for. It's interesting. They're kind of DJI's being real picky with their process in ordering it, and they're asking for additional identification, and it's just.
Yeah. Welcome back, Bob Dempsey. Bob had a little audio hiccup, but
I don't know what happened.
He's back with us now, and it could be an internet thing. And Bob, what we have up here right now on the big screen here is we believe this is what you get for $519. You get the actual pocket, you get the handle that all that little handle there is. It just provides a 1/4-inch screw that mounted on a tripod. You get a lanyard, you get a USB-C, probably USB-C cable, and you get the I'm gonna call it the carrying case.
The sleeve.
A modified version of what came with the Pocket 2. So, Bob, are you making your order right now?
It's in fact, I'm sharing the screen with you right now, Ron.
Okay,
I just placed it.
I got it here. And let me see here. Let me add it to the. Oh, we're on the big screen already?
There you go.
Yeah. So, Bob, you ordered the deluxe kit?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you got charged a little tax on that?
I will. They said they'll charge tax, Nevada sales tax, when it's when they officially process it. But I'm waiting for them to give me a ship date here.
Oh, you got your DJI Care on it, of course.
Yeah.
So, Bob, you need this package to arrive fast because when do you set sail for the African continent?
Actually, we leave on November 4th.
Oh, okay.
You step on the plane on November 4th.
Yeah. So I did have a bit of communication with the PR department of DJI yesterday, and they assured me they were shipping them immediately.
I kind of shared. I didn't give you credit. I didn't want to out you, but I did say that that I did get confirmation the thing was shipping today and not like a week from now or something like that. So good news.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask you real quick, Bob. Of all the new features of this Pocket 2, what excites you the most? I think I'm even more excited about the 2-inch screen than I am the 1-inch sensor. But what's your take on it?
Well, I mean, the 1-inch sensor, I think, is going to be great for low light and for, fast action. That's what I'm hoping, kind of thing. I think I'm going to be inside of a Jeep and trying to film some zebras running by me, kind of thing, and something that's small enough that I can quickly get out of my hand and get active and get working. I think that's the case there. You
don't want a big rig with you on that on the
no. And just that unfortunately I did everything I could to figure out to bring a drone to Kenya, and after all my research, it was like it would probably have cost me about $1,500 because you have to get a license there, which they want $200 or $300. You have to get a permit there, then which is another $200 or $300. And then you have to hire a local guide to go with you, and you have to pay all the expenses for yourself and the guide to go with you. So, and I'm only going to have like maybe a day and a half that I might have time to go fly on this scheduled tour. So I opted not to take a drone.
Well, Bob, maybe you can get one of those long extension poles for the Pocket 3 and it'll look, I'm serious. Some people put those 360 cameras on those long poles and it looks like a drone shot.
Oh yeah. I have the Osmo 5, with the extender on it, that I'm going to take too, but we'll see.
Yeah. No. Well, congrats on your order, and I hope it arrives actually soon enough that you can take it out, locally and get used to it first. Kind of get your first flight in. Your what do we call that? Your maiden flight. Here in your local area here, but
just want to play with it.
Bob, I know you were bound and determined to get this for your trip, but the layman who doesn't have a big trip planned or whatever, do you think these prices are going to scare some people off from it?
Well, it's almost, what is it, $160 more? Is that what it was from last year?
$349 and compared to $519.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the other screen here.
70. Yeah. So I don't know. I think if it's that much better of a camera, and of course I like the 2-inch screen. I think makes a huge difference.
That's the biggest selling point for me, because I was mentioning these guys like I'm always fat fingered trying to change the settings, and then I really couldn't frame my shot because it was so tiny.
Yeah.
We mentioned too, and hooking your phone up to it, whatever. Not only was it time consuming affair, but also, I mean, you no longer had a pocket camera. I mean, now you have something with twice the size of your phone in front of you.
Well, Bob, I think. I'm sorry,
Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
Best Buy does have it listed for pickup tomorrow.
Okay.
Both the basic as well as the 519, as well as the 669, the deluxe package.
You can scoop them tomorrow. They would just be in store. You'd have to order it to pick it up in a store.
I just got the shipping. I just got the shipping notice here. Shipping today.
Oh, excellent. From the mothership, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And back to Mike's point. When the Action 4 came out, I could order and have it sent to my local Best Buy store for pickup, but it would not be there otherwise. I just couldn't walk in the store and pick it up. It would only be there if I ordered it ahead of time and had it delivered to the store.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of funny, Ron, because if it's in stock, you should be able to walk up to the counter, talk to the salesperson, scan it, and then go pick it up at the front counter and have versus I'm in the store. I'm going to go ahead and order it. Okay. Yeah. Is it ready for pick? I can pick it up that way. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't know any of this for sure, but I suspected that they might, again, any store within, we'll say 100 miles did not carry it in the store. You know what I mean? They had it on their website and they had available pickup in the store, but that's only if you order ahead of time. I mean, it could be in store maybe as early as like 2 days or whatever, but it was not sitting on a shelf in that store, and that was the same deal with the Air 3. No Best Buy within 100 miles of me carried that in the store without you ordering ahead of time. This is, I'm going to say, the first couple of weeks. That could be different now. I mean, now the product.
Yeah. Well, I just ordered mine, and I ordered mine from the mothership, and it's paid. I don't have to be shipped yet.
Okay, so Bob, it took you a couple minutes for it shipped. So you
took a few minutes, and then I refreshed the page, Bill. Just one
of the things for me, I found out it was asking me for extra identity proof today, which and that's happened before because they've had sometimes this has gone really squirrely. One of the squirreliest times was with the Mavic 2 when it came out, because a lot of people ordered it, and the method that they paid for it, DJI blocked it for some reason, and I don't remember exactly why, but it ended up it wouldn't process for another hour. My bank was holding the funds, and I'm like, look, there's money in there. Let's go ahead and get the process.
Now this time I paid with PayPal, and I took cash and put on my PayPal account yesterday.
Okay.
Bob's right, but anytime you use PayPal, it doesn't seem to get called as much as if you're using a normal bank's credit card.
Right. You can see, if you show my screen, Ron, you can see the ship. It says order is estimated to ship on 10/26 UTC -5. You will be notified that it moved to the next step. Do you see that, Bill?
Yeah.
So that bar will probably be all the way over in a couple hours.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I just got a notice from FedEx.
That is fast.
I swear. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Yeah. He's at the door. He's at the door now.
Wait a minute. Let me get that notice back up in front of me. See if that's from them. Express National Oh no, that's a disruption.
Now, our good friend Alex Ricardo says he hasn't decided yet. Perhaps he'll wait until Black Friday to see if there's a discount or something on it. But Bill, you and I have been studying this for a while. This product's too early. There won't be a discount on a Black Friday.
You won't see anything. You might see one on the Pocket 2 maybe for Black Friday. Not the Pocket 3. You're not going to see that. I mean, I expect for Black Friday you'll probably see sales on the Osmo Action 3, Mini 3 Pro. They might still try to clear out the rest of the Air 2S. Those are what you're going to have nice deep discounts on, especially the Mini 3 Pro. I think you're going to see some really deep discounts. And if you're looking to get a drone, that's a great drone and you'll get a great price. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's going to be the kicker deal for DJI at Black Friday. It's going to be that Mini 3 Pro. You're going to get a really good deal on that drone.
Of course, you go out to eBay and probably get a better deal from somebody who just bought the Mini 4.
Yeah, that's possibly true.
Hey, Bob, Eddie Alger here. He said he saw your 2720 and your DJI points there.
Yeah. Wow. We could buy a couple DJI pizzas there for that.
Or you could buy a couple Starbucks coffees at the airport for that.
They make such a big deal about that.
Bill, I don't know if you, Bob or Bill, if you did any polls, but go ahead and put polls up if you haven't done already. It looks like the reaction to the Pocket 3 on the DroneNation Facebook group was kind of lukewarm. 55% of the voters said they were not going to get the Pocket 3. And then I had other answers about upgrade and buy a Pocket for the first time. But a whopping 55%, over half people said they were not going to get this device. So do you feel there's going to be, any of you guys, do you feel there's going to be pushback in the community over this price?
I think for Bob, okay, it's going to be part of his workflow, and the same for me. It's going to be part of my workflow. Oh, so it all depends, because a lot of our fellow enthusiasts here, a lot of them don't do B-roll. All they're going to go out and do is film the aerials and put it out on the channel. Right. So they don't need a camera like this for B-roll or for content, whereas for me, I'm going to need it because I want to do, my intro outro for my videos. I want to do it when I'm going out and talking to people, especially like for my ham radio channel. So it's really going to come in handy for things like that.
And Bill, both of you guys, this will also for Bill, I don't think you have the DJI wireless mic, so this will come in really handy for you having that wireless mic that comes with the Pocket 3. And for Bob, going to Africa, he wouldn't want to carry an extra accessory like the DJI wireless mic system, because it's small, but it's still something to take along the trip than just taking a little mic that comes with the Pocket 2.
Yeah. I've had great success with the Pocket 2, filming like a couple different corporate videos for companies that wanted to do an interior of their stuff and an executive talking, and kind of an interview type thing. I've done great work with that. I just shot some video where I went into a nightclub. Performers were performing that I was videoing for them. And I put the Pocket 2 on a microphone stand. I got a adapter to adapt the threads from a regular microphone stand and put it up. And then I used the Mimo app on my Triple Tech 8.
The big tablet,
yeah. And I could sit there and adjust the camera, and I could pan and tilt and everything from the Triple Tech. And, where I was sitting like 2 tables away from where the microphone stand was sitting. So
plus that worked out really well. And plus a client could come over and view what you're filming on the Triple Tech.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Bob. But back to what Mike was saying a while ago, he's just going to stick with his Action 3. But a lot of people, even if you don't have that, even if you don't have the Action 2 now, you could buy a device such as the Action 4 or the Hero 12 for $399 and save yourself, $120 or whatever by getting those. A lot of people say, they take great video too.
Yeah.
And either they may not be as small as a Pocket, but still I gotta, I can fit this in my pocket.
Oh yeah.
It's not as small as a Pocket, but I could fit it in my pocket.
Even the Action 2,
Pocket 2 in your pocket.
Yeah.
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 And you know, these things, you know, it may not have a 1-inch sensor, but these have the same sensor that the Air 4, I mean the Air 3 and the Mini 4 have, that 1/1/3, which is just slightly below a 1-inch sensor. But hey, I'm gonna shoot this at Bill first. Bill, you concentrate, and you take a question here.
I can take it. Go ahead.
Okay, people have been wishing all year for 1-inch sensor. They wanted a 1-inch sensor on the Air 3. They wanted a 1-inch sensor on the tele camera on the Mavic 3 Pro. You know what I mean? They wanted the other. I mean, these are the 4/3 of main camera, but people wanted a 1-inch on that 7X or 3X or whatever. So people wanted a 1X on the action forward. So people have been 1-inch Abby all year or longer, but now they finally got their 1-inch, but they got the price bump with it. Do you think what's that old saying or whatever? You got, don't ask for what you want or something like that. Anyhow, people
you can't have your cake,
but now they don't like the cost that came along with it.
Yeah, it's like you can't have your cake and eat it too. I mean,
they wanted a 1-inch sensor, but they didn't want to pay any more money for it.
Yeah, and it's very typical. I mean, most of the guys in the chat, I get it and I understand. A lot of people are on a very limited, I don't want to say limited income, but a fixed income, and they're budgeted out. So something like this is an extra. Whereas us, we budget for things like this, and we can try to afford it. And I think that's the thing here. Like, I'm sure Bob budgets for something like this. I do. I know you would do, Ron, Marcus, and Michael. I'm sure you probably do the same thing. But for a lot of people out there, they can't budget for this, and normally they'll probably default to say something like, "Well, it's just too expensive," and and I get it and I understand that, but it's like I've always said since day one, since I started my drone channel, is you get what you pay for, okay? And it really pans out because with DJI, when I open that box for a drone, whatever drone it is, okay, I know when I fire it up, if there's a firmware update or whatever, I get out there, I'm going to have a great experience, okay? When I took my Hubsan 2 out, it was like cross my fingers, cross my toes. Same with the Fimi. You just don't know. It's like you get the quality out of this, and that's exactly what you're going to get with the Pocket 3. You're going to get an incredible camera. I mean, it really, because it's a real niche camera. Okay, it's not an action cam. Okay, and it's not a smartphone cam. It's not a single lens DLRX. Camera. Okay, it's a real niche kind of a camera, and it fits a real specific segment, and I think this is going to be ideal. I think it's even more of an ideal camera for me going out, say, like when I'm going to, like, there's 2 large ham radio conventions that I'm going to be going to next year. Okay, that's going to be perfect for me. All right, it's not going to be as wieldy as my hauling my action around, because it's a little big on my tripod. I'm going to say that. But having something the size of the Pocket 3, being able to carry that around, that's perfect. And being able to get that audio, I'm really excited. When I saw Igor posted something about the audio being, top notch or hot or whatever, I'm real up on that, because I'll tell you what, nothing hurts more than going out there, and Bob can testify to this. You film a great segment, but your audio completely sucks. Okay, that's horrible.
Yeah, and Bob, can you concur this? I think the sound quality coming out of the Pocket 2 mic is on par with what you get from the DJI mic system, which arrived a year or 2 later than that other mic.
I've just got the DJI mic set, and I really couldn't tell a difference. To be honest with you, I have been using that little microphone from the Pocket 2, for, like I say, a couple of years, and I could not, when I did like these corporate things, I just pinned it onto the people that were talking, and I got crystal clear. And then I processed my audio through like Audacity, and to add a little bit of more bulk to it, kind of thing. But I was not at all had a problem. Interesting here, Ron. I'm looking. It's calling the transmitter the DJI Mic 2 transmitter is what they're saying came with this.
Yeah. Bill, did
Right.
you check the site to see if there was another standalone mic release from DJI?
No, but I did get a notice from DJI. It's to be shipped, and it's to be shipped. I got the same notice that Bob did on
Okay.
10/26/2023 UTC 5. So I'm going out there right now and taking a look and seeing.
Bob, do you think this
Right.
mic that's coming with the Pocket 3, do you think this mic will have more capability? Do you think this mic will be able to be able to be used without having the Pocket 3 involved? Is that what you're,
Be interesting to see. I mean, if it actually, like the mic set, actually records internally in the microphone itself.
right?
You know?
Where you can walk around.
Yes.
And say, for instance, you were at an event like you talked about, but what if you were out of range from the speaker or whatever? They could use that internal recording and still get the audio.
Yes.
Ron, I just checked out on DJI's website. They just have the regular DJI mic up there. There's nothing about a mic too.
You know, this FCC thing we saw about the mic 2 might be this microphone.
Yeah, I was saying, I agree 100%, Bob. I was saying that last night on the show.
Yeah,
right.
I think 100% that's what this is. The DJ, because anytime you come out with some type of a communication or a wireless device, okay, it has to get approved by the FCC, and that's why we got our biggest bellwether is seeing that hit the database all the time. Every time like a DJI comes out with a drone or any wireless type of communication device, it has to hit that FCC database. It has to be out there because they have to test it.
Yeah.
But we realize it does say this mic 2 is the receiver only. It's not a transmitter.
Right. But I think what we're hitting at, we don't know whether it has the ability to record internally. That way, it doesn't need doesn't need the receiver.
Right. I'm looking. I don't see anything.
Night, when I was reading through, Hi Kesterlu put out on Drone XL about the dimensions of this, and it is, I think it is just a tad bit bigger than the DJI mic itself, the first iteration. So there, you might be right. It might be a self-contained unit, and that's what I'm thinking we're getting here. And if we are, I'm extremely excited because getting good quality. Like I was telling you earlier, you get good quality video, that's great, but you got to have audio to go with that.
Yeah, I agree.
It's 100. Bob agrees with me 100%. It's 100% much.
Yeah.
You can't.
But plus, like for Bob and in the trip whatever, he can record audio even in situations where he can't use the camera or whatever.
This is saying full pixel PDAF focusing.
Bob, don't get too excited with something. The Pocket 2 had the same thing. So whatever that is,
it said hybrid focusing. Yeah,
whatever that is, the Pocket 2 had it also.
Yeah.
I've seen
also,
side by sides,
on the Pocket 2, that was a LCD image, and they're saying this 2-inch is an OLED image.
Yeah.
On the rotating 2-inch here.
Everything's going to OLED now, like all the phones are OLED and stuff like that. So in other words, but I could never get the nits on the Pocket 1 or 2. But this screen has 700 nits, Bob. So this will have the same brightness that we see from our DJI RC controllers.
Yeah.
So that's good because I did find not only was the Pocket, I'm going to say Pocket 2, but I say Pocket 2, I mean Pocket 1. Most of the stuff's the same. The Pocket 2 screen was also not that bright, and not only was it small, but it was also kind of dim.
Yeah, no,
so brighter screen is going to be a godsend also.
Yeah, and the charging of this, I've got it up on the screen right now. Is a page on DJI's site.
Yeah, I'm there too.
Yeah,
that comparing the Pocket 2 to the Pocket 3 here, 80% in 16 minutes, and the Pocket 2 was 80% in 48 minutes. So that's huge.
Well, guess what they're bringing this over from, Bob? This is basically the same specs as the Action 4. The Action 4 will have that fast charging. It will charge up to 80% very quickly to it.
Yeah.
And even
It
full.
said the total runtime is
not that
100.
much longer. So they brought that over from the Action 4.
Yeah, it said the total
Which
runtime.
it's a great thing for somebody like you, Bob, on a trip where maybe you don't always have access to a plug,
Right.
like you would in the U.S., or at least a plug how to use. That quick charging could be a godsend to you out in the field.
Yeah, I bought a 65 watt charger, portable charger. That
And that's
actually,
that's the sample they use in that 16 to 80%. The sample is a 65 watt charger.
yeah. And Tony Foz, he recommended this charger, and Amazon had it on sale for $42.
Okay, good.
And it's like a 20,000. I'm trying to remember the whatever amperage,
Yeah.
And
what brand was this? An Anchor or another brand?
No, no. Hang on.
If you don't know, you don't have to look for it.
I can pull it up here, but
just drop a link later on if you can for folks.
Well,
Maybe
it shows the total runtime.
Over at the Old Farts with Drones Facebook group, you could drop a shameless plug over there. How's that sound?
Ron, it says a total runtime of 166 minutes, but it's showing the stock battery with it. It doesn't show that the extended battery. So I'm really interested and curious as to what kind of life you're going to get with that extended battery.
Well, if that's the life you got with the built-in battery, that's awful good, Bill. That's over 2 hours.
That's over 2 hours exactly.
So what I'm curious about, Bill, what does the extended handle do besides power it up? It mentioned about audios in there. So none of the pictures showed a 3 3/4 inch microphone jack there. But so I suspect this doesn't have a jack anymore, but the wireless audio to the mic probably comes through that long handle.
Yeah, and that's why I'm scrolling through here to try to see if I can find something with that.
Bob, are you somebody that ever used the audio jack on the Pocket 2, or did you always rely on the wireless mic system?
No, I didn't. I never did use the audio jack on there, kind of thing.
I may have tested when I first got it, but I've never really used it, in practice, we'll say.
Okay, it says here, stereo recording supports connection to 2 DJI Mic 2 transmitters.
Ooh, that's how about that, Bob?
What's that? I didn't hear it. Say again, Bill.
Sure thing.
Say it again, Bill.
It says stereo recording supports connection to 2 DJI Mic 2 transmitters.
Oh.
So, Bob, if you bought
you can buy another one.
If you bought a second mic 2, you and Audrey could both be commenting at the same time to the audio.
Huh.
Bob, you better go back and get another order in quick.
Hold on here. I'm going to show you this unit here.
All righty.
It's called a Basius. Tony Foz was the one that.
I know that that's a generic term. Yeah. I got it. I'm going to put up right now at the thing here. Okay.
There's the power bank. 65 watts at 20,000 milliamps.
4-port too, and PD charging. PD 3.0. That's very impressive. Even power MacBooks and Dells up.
Yep. I'm sure I can keep my iPad, my iPad Pro fired up with that too.
There you go. Thank you for sharing that, Bob and Tony. We can call that we can call that the Tony Foz deal of the day.
Yeah.
You use Tony's affiliate link now, folks.
Yeah.
And it looks like what's that suggested retail 59 on the side there?
That's a higher one.
Okay.
Wait, let me see. I'll click on it.
Or maybe this is the better color.
Well, it's darker color, but I didn't care about the color.
Ron, it's showing that the ND filters are out of stock right now.
The ND filters are always out of stock for every DJI device on day one. Why doesn't DJI make more?
Yeah,
why does
that's
that happen every single product? Why are they
And-
always throwing out ND filters immediately?
Everything else is in stock. The only other thing that's not in stock is the Osmo Mini tripod for $16.
Okay, so if you don't buy the kit, that's out of stock. But but folks, it has a 1/4-inch screw in the bottom, so you can use any. That means you can use any mini tripod mount. You don't have to have the DJI one if you're not ordering the combo.
Well, you know what I'm really finding interesting is the recommended USB-C charger is a 30-watt DJI 30-watt, and I saw somebody was using the 65-watt DJI charger in one of the pictures, and that's what I used to charge the Mini 3, and I'm using that for the Mini 4 now. I'll just use that 65-watt charger.
I mean, Bill, like I said, that timing thing that they had, Bob read, 16 minutes for 80%. That was measured with the DJI 65 watts. So even DJI uses in their test. So I'm sure that will be. I think what DJI recommends, the least one you need. So 30-watt would be the minimum one you'd want to use, but you can always use more because these are smart chargers. They won't overcharge your devices like things like 20 years ago.
You know, and realize too, when you're using a 30-watt charger, it's going to take twice as long to charge that as you use a 65-watt charger. You just do the math. I mean, it's just, and that's the way, you know, one of the things I could say, and I got to appreciate about ham radio, it's really given me a whole new perspective on batteries and charging time and amperage and wattage and things like that, because these are things as a ham radio hobbyist, you got to know. I mean, it's just, it's not optional to know this, because you can blow a transceiver out of the water if you hook up the wrong battery to it. Okay. So you got to really be careful with this kind of, with this kind of stuff. And it's the same thing here. I mean, you know, it's just simple math. I mean, you use a 30-watt charger for this, it's going to take you forever to do that. You're not going to get that 80% figure that Bob stated.
Now, if you're charging overnight and speed doesn't matter, that's all good.
If you're charging overnight,
it's
overnight. It doesn't really matter. Well, I saw last night in one of the things that I read here, this is going to take up to a 512 gigabyte SD card, which is really interesting. I mean, in 1080, okay, let's say you're recording in 1080, you'll be able to record forever. I mean, you'll be on there 2 or 3 months worth of stuff on this. So yeah.
Hey, let me interrupt for a second. Jim Anderson's reporting that Amazon, if you order through Amazon, he could get it tomorrow.
Right.
Talk about it's fast. That's fast.
Mine still has to be shipped on there, so it hasn't updated. So I don't expect everything. And see what happens is usually
Media's got to run. That's our good buddy John Flynn. He's probably got to go out and film some more fall colors.
He did some great stuff. Yeah, Ron, you know that part we were talking about. We thought it was the SD
in there.
card.
Yeah.
It's a magnet clip. It's the little magnet that goes on the microphone.
Yeah.
We thought that was an SD card.
But how about that fancy DJI logo and the DJI Mic 2? They're just plain like kind of dark gray metal.
Yeah.
Okay, Russell's asking which of the 4 of you guys are getting one. Well, Bob and Bill have already committed. They've already put their orders in. Mike's on the fence. Mike knows he doesn't need it.
Right. I think you really need good specific uses like Bob and Bill have for it right now. Immediate. Now I can wait. You know.
Mike may watch all the top reviewers review today and get swayed here in a couple hours, but
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I just ordered the DJI mic yesterday.
Yeah, you just got that 249.
Right.
Yeah. Good choice. And I'm still on the fence because there's pricing here. I mean, you know, I know it's been a couple years and I know it's got the 1-inch sensor, but couldn't we have bumped it up, the price up maybe 10, 15, 20%? Did we really have to bump it up like, you know, like, I don't know, like
20%.
20%.
Yeah,
like a nice, maybe 5-10% bump up, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
I guess it comes down to everybody wanted his 1-inch sensor. Now they got the 1-inch sensor, but they got their higher price point. is the 1-inch sensor real? Oh, is it? I mean, here's another question for everybody in the panel here. Everybody wanted the 1-inch sensor for the Air 3, right? You remember the big fuss this summer when the Air 3 did not have the 1-inch sensor like his predecessor did, the Air 2S? Why did DJI hold the 1-inch sensor back on the Air 3 and save it for the Pocket 3?
Pocket 3, yeah. Who knows? There's an interesting sentence on here, Ron, I just read. In the with specialized image optimization, Pocket 3 brings dimly lit scenes to life with clarity and authentic color. It supports recording up to 4K 30 in low light video, capturing stunning moments even after the sun goes down.
Bob, do you think this will have night mode like the recent drones?
It's what it sounds like. There's definitely they're saying it's a specialized image optimization for low light video.
Do you think we'll see night mode on all DJI products going forward here?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, I'm looking out on YouTube.
Night mode is going to be a standard on almost everything coming from DJI now.
I believe it will be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I think that's going to be standard fare. Out on YouTube, I'm looking. Aldrin has a video out. Potato Jet has a video out. Jevin Dovey has a video out, and that's the ones that I see right away that I know. Oh, our good friend Droning On has a video out. Well, no,
he has one too.
Well, he put it out a couple days ago, but yeah, Droning On is apparently back.
Yeah.
Well, that one guy over in China put his video out the other day too. The one that got spliced up and shared all over the internet since the weekend.
Yeah.
The guy in that store.
Yeah,
I'm going through has a tutorial out on it.
Who does?
DJI.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a.
Well, it sounds like we all have our assignments today that what to watch here on YouTube, right?
Oh yeah,
you got that right.
And here's a name from the past.
Anybody, how impressive do you expect the video to be on this? Do you think we're going to sit there and say, "Wow, this is, this blows the Pocket 2, the Mini 4 Pro, the Air 3 out of the water"? Is that going to be our reaction?
No, it will. Here's the thing, okay? It's going to wow you if you've last looked at film from a Pocket 2 to a Pocket 3. It will wow you, okay? Yep. But it won't wow you if you're looking at, say, an Air 3 in the video from this, okay? If you were to try to equate the two, okay? The Air 3 is still going to win, and maybe even the Mini 4 Pro is probably going to still win over this, because I don't think because of the processing speed and things like that. So,
check this out.
It'll be interesting to see how much better it is than this Action 4. Like it's $130 more 1-inch sensor. It better definitely look better than this. If you can't tell the difference, we may have a problem.
Right. Look at this ISO range here, Ron.
I saw it got bumped up. Yeah.
Look at this. Compared to the Pocket 2, went up to 3,200. Yeah. Here it goes to 6,400, and then in low light video, the ISO goes from 50 to 16,000.
And that may be the night mode.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
That
may be your night mode. And I believe the 6,400. Help me, Bill. If that's basically the stats on the recent drones like the Mini 4 and the Air 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I said. This is going to wow you in looking at footage from a Pocket 2 to a Pocket 3. It'll blow it out of the water, okay? But as far as comparing this between the footage from this and, say, an Air 3 or the Mini 4 Pro, no, it's not going to blow you out of the water. But, for a ground, I'll call it a ground-based, camera platform, yeah, it's gonna shoot some incredible video.
Hey, Bob, staying on that HDR video, that's a big deal because the Pocket 2 had HDR video, but it only worked in 1080p. Or was it 2.7? It did not work in 4K on the Pocket.
Here's a question to be asking, Ron. Compare this to the Osmo Action 4 Okay, is there going to be a big difference between this video and that video? That's to me that's what I'm going to kind of be looking at to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Look at
If
the
that
slow mo
video-
here at 120 frames per second,
And 4K.
and at 1080 it goes up to 240 frames per second.
Which I believe this shoots the 4K 120 also. I'm not sure about the 240.
Wow.
But I know
Yeah.
this does the 120.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair,
I'll go back to the-
hyperlapse, motion lapse, time lapse, all the same stuff here.
Yeah, it did the same stuff. But Bob, correct me if I'm wrong. Some of that stuff in the Pocket 2 was capped at 1080p.
Right.
Some of it,
Yeah.
not all of it, but some of those stats were
The hyperlapse, I think, was 1080. You had to be in
Yeah,
1080
yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go back to the photo resolution. I want to see. I thought there was a difference in that.
Yeah, I think Mike, I think you're right. It looked like
It's not
like
as-
the Pocket 3 had a lower photo resolution.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Go up a couple.
Look like lower
slides.
resolution for photos.
Go, one more.
One more.
One more.
There's still photography.
Yeah. It says
No,
that
no.
it has a 9.4 megapixel, but the Pocket 2 had a 16 and 64.
And look at the image size too. Above it. Maximum image size.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
less.
38, 40, 21, 60. That's standard HDR even for photo, and it's much higher. Why
Much
don't we
higher. Look at on the Pocket 2.
Yeah. Bob,
Yeah.
anybody here, Bill, why did we get a lower photo resolution on this?
That's really bizarre,
Strange.
especially with
Yeah.
a 1-inch sensor. I wouldn't think that would be the difference.
So,
Right.
so if you're more of a photographer than you are a videographer, you may want to stay with the Pocket 2.
Exactly.
Yeah, but most people run nine out of 10 people are going to buy this for video capabilities, not for still photos.
That's
okay?
why you have the gimbal. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Okay. Because
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if I'm going to do something with a still photo, believe it or not, okay, I'm going to bust this out. All right.
The phone, yeah,
Because
yeah.
My
it makes
phone.
Incredible stills. It really does. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
both
yeah.
my phones do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is though, if you actually if you're using your Pocket 3 and you have your phone in your pocket. Sorry, I'm saying pocket too much. Then you have to stop what you're doing, put the thing down, and get the phone out. It'd be easier to snap the photo on your Pocket 3 between
That's
video
true.
than get another device out.
I'm just kind of surprised that that's what we're getting with this. Especially thinking again, the 1-inch sensor. That kind of is not translating and doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Because on drones, when you got a 1-inch sensor, that only not increase the video quality, but it also increase your photo quality, image
photo
quality.
Even the Pocket 1 has a 12 megapixel single shot versus
Yeah.
5.4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Bob's shooting his amazing video of the zebras, and then he wants to get a photo to put on his social media, he's got to put a low res photo.
I'm going to shoot it with my phone.
Exactly.
Yeah, but by the time you get your phone out, the zebra's gone.
I'm still trying to
Wow.
digest this, Ron. It's not making sense. It's like 1 and 1 is 3. It's
Maybe
it's
one
not-
of the big review channels have a spin on this.
Also,
Yeah.
it's it's vertical video. They're saying is 1:1. It's not It's
9 by
not like,
16. Yeah.
1080 by 1920, which is a normal rotating the
Rotating.
sensor on the Mini 3 Pro. It's
Now, Bob,
they're
does
saying
this-
it's 1:1 ratio.
Does this
Not
take true vertical
16:9.
video, or is this a crop on this?
I think it's a crop.
Okay, yeah, it's a crop. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Where with the Pocket 3, I mean Pocket 4, I mean the Pocket 4, the Action 4, you just could turn it like this on the pole, and you take true vertical video and photos.
Right. 9 by 16 in 3K.
3K.
I see.
3K. Wow.
In 3K, 9 by 16
Hey,
in 3K.
where'd my extra K go to, Bob?
I have no idea.
It's
Who
crop.
sold my extra K?
Look at this. There's 3. They have 1:1 ratios, and then they have 9 by 16. Obviously, they have 16 by 9s up here, and then 3K 1:1, 2160, 1080 in 1:1, and then 3K. Interesting.
So they really went out of their way to create kind of new specs for people looking for vertical
Video, yeah. Oh, it's popular with the kids, you know.
Well, Bobby,
what's
guys
real
big on
interesting-
TikTok nowadays.
I just went out and I looked. Billy doesn't have one. Original Adobo doesn't have one, and Rick Smith, Drone Valley, doesn't have one. I don't know if you guys remember Tony and Chelsea Northrup.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
they got one because I haven't seen their name pop up in a long time. But they got
No,
one.
watch their video because they're not always kind to products. They will never be accused of being fanboys or
fanboys.
No.
Exactly. That's a good point.
They helped
Ron.
me get my 107. He had a great 107 video.
He one of the first people to have one out like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
No, Greg with Pilot Institute has one.
But I'm surprised that people like Billy didn't get one, Rick Smith didn't get one, Dobo didn't get one. Real surprised on that.
Russell ordered one. He's getting it tomorrow from Amazon.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping they ship this out today. It says they're shipping it tomorrow, and if they ship it from LA, and that's where it seems like last time they shipped from, wasn't it? They shipped everything from Southern California.
Well, Bob, you could just hop in the car and drive over to LA and pick it up, right?
Yeah, what they do, Bob, is since 2016 when they came out with the original Mavic Pro, they developed a series of distribution centers. There's one out in California, there's one in Chicago, there's one in New Jersey, and there's one in Atlanta. And that makes it so, like for me, obviously I get mine from the one in Atlanta, so I expect it to be here probably no later than Friday. To be honest with you. And I think for you might even get yours tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because
and Bob was originally worried that they'd be handing his to him as he boarded the plane for Africa. Like a special courier would have met him at the gate, huh?
I'm really surprised though that you didn't see some of the bigger names like Billy and Ken and Rick Smith get these. Because normally, they're pretty tight-lipped about stuff, and Billy's latest video is on the Osmo Action 4 review.
I know he did his Osmo Action 4 video way after the fact, so maybe that hurts the people that they kind of delayed their Action 4 videos.
Yeah,
I don't know. Who knows DJI's system now? I mean, in all fairness, people like Aldrin Flypath. He's as much a camera channel as he's a drone channel. Where
exactly.
Billy and Ken they're predominantly a drone channel with some camera mixed in, but Flypath 50-50 camera drones down the line.
Well, Aldrin
used every single action camera and everything like that.
Yeah, see, Aldrin, that's what he does for a living. I mean, he does that professionally.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I can see that's why he has had the kind of growth that he's had on that channel.
Does our friend Potato Jet has a video up because he's more of a camera guy than a drone guy.
Oh yeah. Potato Jet has his video up now too. So
and Jevin Dovey also, he's more of a camera guy than even a drone guy. So
they're all up right now.
Yeah. So folks. We've been on almost an hour here, and I think we've got a lot of information out here. You've seen Bob and Bill order theirs right in front of you online here. The shipping times look great on this device. It seems like Russell is going to get his tomorrow from Amazon. So if you want this product, you can get in your hands very quickly. We haven't watched the review videos yet, so we'll report back after we've seen those. But
that's an interesting spec there, Ron. X file system is XFAT instead of FAT32, so they may not have to divide up videos into under 4 gigabyte.
Okay. Now XFAT's the newer. Is that the newer technology?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're kind of phasing FAT32 out. And the photos are JPEG and DNG, which of course that's pretty standard, right?
Yeah.
And the video format's MP4. Bob, why are they phasing out the MOV Apple format?
I don't know.
Is that because Apple's moving to that? What's that? HEIV instead?
Yes.
Is that why MOV is getting phased out?
HEVC. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's
So if
the
you're
Apple
guy,
one.
you just use the high efficiency file. Yeah.
There's a list of SD cards.
Yeah, up to 512. The usual suspects are SanDisk, Kingston, Lexar. No Samsung in there.
No, Samsung's in there.
No.
Samsung didn't last.
Lexar,
No, it's not.
Kingston. Yeah. No.
Bob,
Samsung's not there either.
What do you prefer as your memory card of choice for these type of devices?
I usually use the Extreme Pro, the SanDisk black and red ones.
Good choice.
Yeah. That's usually
but listen, I know not to cut you off here, but we've been at an hour here, so we really need to get off here. I know Bill's got some work to do, and
me too.
Bob's probably got a lot of chores.
I got to go walk the dogs.
I know Mike's a busy man down there. He's got to get his all his Ranger gear lined up for what night does the series start?
Friday night.
Mike's got to get all his stuff ready for Friday night.
Good.
When's the last time the Rangers won the World Series, Mike?
They have never.
So this is a big deal.
2000. They were the 2011, 2012, and I was at every one of those playoff games.
Wow. This is a very big, and that's when Nolan Ryan was the GM or something, right?
Yeah, we should have won it because Cruz dropped an easy fly ball and lost the series in the sixth game.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
Nelson Cruz, I'll never forget that drop.
Anyhow, folks, I want to thank everybody. I see Dre's in the chat. This show today was sponsored by Dre over at Recovery Drone.
Yes.
So he corporate sponsor of the show today. Thank you, Dre. And I also
thank you, Dre.
I also have a coffee mug around here, but I already finished my morning coffee, but I do have the mug also. So thanks a lot to Dre. He hooked a lot of us in the community up with the gear. So again, appreciate that. But we're going to get off of here now, and we're going to probably all go watch some of these Pocket 3 videos and see if what's the old saying? If the proof's in the pudding? Is that how you say it? Yeah. And see if the proof's in the pudding with his 1-inch sensor and all these new doodads. And we're going to try to find out why the photo quality got reduced in this device here. So as Bill said, this is more of a video-centric camera than a photo camera. But I mean, I don't mind you maybe not improving the photos, Bill, but don't degrade them on me.
Not half.
Yeah.
Don't go down. Okay, maybe you didn't do anything to improve the old photos, but don't take them back.
Exactly.
Why go backwards?
Don't go backwards.
Yeah, don't go backwards.
Yeah.
So, okay, again, a lot of great names out. Thanks for getting up early, joining us. A couple people couldn't join us this morning. Marcus and Johnny. Johnny was closing on a house today, but I'm more interested to see if Johnny could close on a Pocket today.
Yeah. Marcus was like this last night on the show.
He was. He was a little iffy this time. Yeah.
He was iffy. Yeah, he was. Well, Marcus is a drone guy. You know what I mean? Like he'd have purchased the mini SC10, but the Pocket or Action or whatever, his wallet gets a little tighter on these other things.
I think Marcus will get it.
But you know what I mean?
I really do.
And I'm not knocking them all, but you know what? Lots of times, I mean, for a lot of people, maybe getting a new camera could help your channel out more than getting your 12th drone that you never fly, or you only fly one time or whatever. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love drones as much as this guy, but how many drones do you need to do the exact same thing?
Yeah.
Where these devices like this, they do something different. And in all honesty, Bill said we have strategies. I have a strategy since I already own like the Pocket 2 Creators Combo. I just put it up on eBay or someplace like that, and I recover half the cost of buying a new one by relieving myself the old tech. There's two different type of drone people or tech people. Some people like Billy Kyle, Mikey, Philly Drone, like they have every piece of tech they ever bought on the shelf. It's like they have a drone museum.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the other type of people, kind of like Bill the Drone Review and myself. we move a new product in and move a new product out. Right, Bill?
Exactly.
Move in, move out. And Bob's a collector. Bob has every piece of tech he's ever owned on himself back there. Mike, are you?
Yes.
What are you? Are you a collector or are you a move 'em out guy?
I'm kind of in between.
You're
I
half,
don't think,
half
I,
man,
like I
yeah.
kept my first drone from 10 years ago,
Okay.
but I've sold many drones as well.
Was that the Blade Chroma?
Blade Chroma. Yep.
The Blade Chroma.
And I'm gonna get it up in the air one of these days if the battery still works. So,
There you go. You and Sean ought to get you to fly them together.
exactly. Yep.
This is
Yeah.
my first.
Bob's first. So again, thanks everybody out there in the chat. Thanks for everybody in the panel. Mike, all the way from Texas,
Yep.
Bill, all the way from Florida, and Bob out there in Vegas. The guys that had to get up early. Bob and of course Bob and Mike had to get, burn the midnight oil, get the coffee going early today. Bill and I, it's a little us East Coasters, it's a little bit more friendly to us. But I want to say it's already Wednesday, so join Johnny and Ray tonight on the Fly for Fun. You got Coast to Coast Drones tonight after them. You got those guys in New York are on before that. Bob, are you on at 3 today?
Yep, 3:00 your time.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, okay.
East
Well,
Coast
maybe I'll
time.
pop
Jump
in.
in.
Maybe I'll pop in, see what's going on today.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Yep.
Yep.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
All
Good.
right.
Good.
And of course, the rest of the drone schedule for week. Bill will be back next Tuesday. We'll be back Monday night. And you guys should have your pockets by next week around the shows, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
try to get some of you guys on the shows or whatever, little show and tell.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Have a
Okay.
great day, everybody.
Sounds great.
And get out there and fly your Pocket 3s. I mean,
It's a great
film
day to
your
fly
Pocket
a
3s. Thanks.
Good night.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Have a great